Forever. Dog. Forever. Dog.
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom,
you end up with us. Sloppy seconds.
oh, diva. All right. Our number is 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspod@gmail.com. Now, on with the show. Are you ready for some sloppy seconds, you stupid little fucks, you nasty little fucks, you dirty little fucks, you stupid little fucks? I'm Meatball, and that's Big Dipper, and welcome back to Sloppy Seconds with Bigger Dipper and Meatball. I have heard that people don't like hearing me sing Wicked anymore. That's a note that I'm not taking too well.
You feel like it's a personal attack when really it's out of love, and what people want is to continue to listen to the show, and they'll only continue to listen to the show because they love us if you stop singing, because they're not interested in that.
Turns out I guess I'll stop. I guess I'll stop and I'll see how many people are upset about it.
Now you're just gonna you're just gonna every time go, let's go, ooh, tonight.
I was literally trying to think of another Idina Menzel song, but all I could think of was Frozen and Frozen 2. And those aren't riffs. She doesn't give you the good old ooh ah.
Okay.
That's the last one.
Okay, this is my big question, and maybe we can ask our guest about this.
I have a lot of questions for our guest.
Now you just have a hammer in your hand. Who are you trying to beat?
Sorry.
I'm just so over people talking about like, oh yeah, quarantine. Quarantine. You're not quarantined. You're leaving the house.
Everyone's
No one's
out
quarantined.
living their lives now.
The term is like adjustment. The term is like social distance. Like literally everyone's like, oh, since quarantine. Since quarantine what? You went to that lake cabin with your friends. You had a barbecue. You kept going out into the world. That's not quarantine.
Drag her, ma.
Well, I just think we are dumb people in this country. And that is a proven fact.
Absolutely.
It's very annoying to me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we spent the Tuesday episode just talking about quarantine because we haven't talked about it in a long time. And there I go calling it quarantine. I don't know what to call it. All I know is I wish people would put on a goddamn mask so I could go out and party again.
Well, speaking of, you have made some really flagrant accusations about our guest.
Yes, I was flagrant and wordy.
On multiple episodes of our show.
I don't think our guest has heard what I said about them on the show, so I'm going to have to tell them today.
Okay, so today we're about to get into some confessions with our special guest. So listen, hold on to your panties. Everyone take a bathroom break. We will be right back with an amazing guest.
I'm so excited. And now...
Yeah, we'll go for it. Take a break.
Well, what were you going to say? Yeah, let's just go to the break.
Hey, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we're from Teen Creeps.
And I'm Alaska.
I'm Willem, and we from Race Chaser.
And we're here for some real talk, okay? Well, we want to sit down and have some real talk. So
sit down.
We want to talk to you about wireless plans.
I hope your seat is comfortable for your little tush because breaking up with your old wireless provider just got a whole lot easier thanks to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is introducing their unlimited data plan for just $30 a month. Let that sink in. An unlimited plan for $30. How much is your soon-to-be ex-wireless provider charging you?
For people that hate their phone bill and are ready to cut ties with big wireless, Mint Mobile offers their premium unlimited plan for just $30 a month.
By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you.
So what does that mean for you? We'll tell you. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts.
And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee.
Break up with big wireless and switch to Mint Mobile's premium unlimited data plan for $30 a month.
To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $30 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/sloppy.
That's mintmobile.com/sloppy.
And we're back! back from the break, and we're back with our wonderful, incredible, iconic guest. You know her from her live singing vocals. You know her from a video
Yes.
recently on Twitter of her eating an ass. You know her from stealing chicken tenders from someone's plate. It's Kandy Muse.
Hi! Yay! I'm so excited to be here.
Hey, everyone listening. We know Kandy's audio sounds a little garbled. It's just a bad internet connection, but stick with us because we love talking to her. Enjoy. Hi, Kandy.
Hi.
How are you doing, Candace?
So let me ask you a question. What is your full name?
Kandy Muse.
But Kandy is not short for Candace?
Well, no. Okay, here's the thing. Kandy Muse, I've recently decided that it's Kandy Muse is a short term for Candace Musical or Candace Museum.
Wait. Kandy, we are not friends. We don't text like that. We don't talk. This is literally our first real conversation. I have been calling you Candace Musical on this podcast for 4 weeks.
I love that because that is my full name.
I love that. That's incredible. Okay, amazing.
All right, Kandy. I said, I don't know if it ever got back to you, but I mentioned a bunch about this video of you eating chicken tenders off of a plate. Where was that? $3 bill? $2? What was that place?
It was at a venue that I cannot disclose. Because the rules in New York City are very strict right now.
Oh,
so you were doing underground gigs.
Baby, we're back in the 50s.
That was prohibition, honey.
She's in the speakeasy.
She was down
super
there.
spreader event.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, how has New York been?
I would say New York City it's very. How do I put this? The girls are adjusting. We went through quarantine. We had 6 months of it, and at some point you have to go back into the world and readjust to what's unfortunately the reality that with COVID, and it's the new normal. And
right.
We as far as myself and the queens here, we've gone back to work with keeping things very safe, of course, and making sure everyone at the venues are wearing their masks, and there's no mask, no entry, mask. And everyone's just been New York City is a very tough city, and people here, all we do is grind and work. So, COVID's not going to stop us now.
Yeah, I was wondering because the queens in New York, I don't know if everyone knows this, but they're used to leaving the house and doing 3 or 4 shows in a night, jumping all over town and doing that. And now you guys don't get to do any of that. How many of the drag queens that not Rue girls or anything, but girls in New York, how many of them have moved away?
Oh my God, you know what? It's weird because every queen in New York City, at least 95% of the queens in New York do not work right now or are not working because of the bars being shut down. And a lot of drag queens have moved back home. Which I wish I had the privilege of going back home to my mother's house, but I don't got that. So
wow.
I'm still in New York. Pretty weird going from 6 gigs a week to almost nothing in reality. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I wanna talk a little bit more about the birth of Kandy Muse, the beginning, going back to the beginning. You are one of those queens that sort of everyone. I feel like people don't really know how to. People have a hard time being I remember the first time I saw Kandy Muse, or it's just that everyone sort of knows about you.
Yeah.
You've just sort of been on the tip of everyone's tongue for a long time. So I'm curious, when you first got up in drags and what navigating that was like.
Well, okay.
And were you a bearded queen to begin with?
I originally started drag, I think 7 years ago. When I first had the idea of doing drag, and I remember when I was thinking of a drag name, a very good old friend of mine by the name of Lana Del Rey gave me the drag name Trey. Well, excuse me, let me just name drop. She gave me the drag name Cherry Blossom, and I remember my friend was having a birthday party, and he was just like, "Hey, do you want to come to my birthday party in drag?" and we had been talking about the idea of drag, and I was like, whatever, like why not? And I went out and got like this red wig and this like maxi dress, and I went out and lived my fantasy, and then I kind of stopped. I left that there, and then picked it back up a few years later as a bearded queen in Brooklyn. That went by the name of Kandy Muse at this point. And it's weird because, so the reason why people can't pinpoint where I started was because when I started, I was kind of just doing it at home and on Instagram because I hadn't been to the gay bars yet, and I didn't really know anyone until one night I walked into this bar that closed down and called TNT. And if you're from Brooklyn, you know TNT, and if you've been to New York, you at least TNT.
Yes,
Oh,
TNT.
TNT. Again, remember, Kandy Muse has bad internet. She might be poor. We don't know, but we'll find out.
It's like that little. It looks like a bomb shelter.
And it's like that's like Aja, Thorgy Thor, all the girls work there. Dolly Smith, everyone worked there. And I walked in one Friday night and saw these two drag queens by the name of Aja and Momo Shade on the stage. And I had approached her after the show, and I was like, "Hey, like I'm starting drag, and like I really want to like do shows." And like, of course, Aja paid me dust, as one does. And that's kind of, she kind of took me under her wing, and that's kind of how everything flourished. And I'm the kind of person where when I put my mind towards something, I go for it. And that's exactly what I did with drag. And I think that's why my drag career flourished so fast. Because, baby, whatever was go time, it was go time,
Right. Yeah. You were ready. So how quickly did you shave your beard?
Well, so I think it was a beard cream for about a year, but I only had the beard because I wanted to keep my beard as a boy because I was very insecure. I think as gay men, our beard is our safety net. It's the natural contour of the face, bitch. And I think that was really insecure with how I looked as a boy. But being at that point doing drag so much, I was gaining this confidence that was really coming out of like finding myself through drag. And one day we were in Chicago, and Asha was like, "Listen here, bitch, you need to shave your fucking face." And I was like, "Oh." So I did it, and then I looked in the mirror and I was like, "Oh, this bitch is stunning." And I haven't looked back ever since.
I think a lot of people, because I think I knew about you before Aja was on Drag Race and stuff, but I think a lot of people would discredit your talent by saying the only reason that you exist is because of Aja. And I know that you guys were in a house together, the house of Aja, but that has broken up. Can you tell us what happened or if everyone's still friendly? I know Momo Shade has gone into hiding. Someone said that she maybe died in a fire. I don't know. These may be rumors. These may be true.
I think a lot of people do try to discredit me, especially, I think this year, and maybe last year, people have kind of really given me my credit where credit is due. But, for the past 4 or 5 years, everyone's always like, "Oh, well, you're only where you're at because of Aja." And I think that they start to realize that, listen, yes, Aja's career on Drag Race gave me a huge start, and it opened millions to Kandy Muse. At the same time, in New York City, I'm doing drag full time, and no one can find my talent and my hardworking fucking spirit. But the House of Aja kind of got curated during season 9 because we knew that Aja was going to take off. So we were like, you know what? People in Brooklyn are already calling us the House of Aja to be shady because they wanted to call us Aja's minions or whatever. And I think that's what people get. They look like we're Aja's minions or whatever. But to us, we're just family. We're having a good fucking time. And, we're down for each other, and that's the way that's the way people of color work. I don't know about child bitches, but when you're down for your girls, you're down for your girls. So people used to go, "Oh, you're Aja's minions" or whatever. So we kind of just took that and ran with it and curated. And the house included Aja, Momo Shade, myself, and Dahlia Sin. And then later on, a few years later, after we've gotten to travel all over the place, and kind of done a lot of cool shit that a lot of girls that haven't been on Drag Race just yet, as a whole house, haven't done yet. We kind of added Janelle to that, but. And listen, I'm going to spill all the tea right now. I'm gonna keep it real 100%.
Yes.
I was I was getting I was dating this guy, and this guy had a best friend who was starting drag that I met, and I thought this new queen was amazing or whatever, and I wanted to take her under my wing. Essentially, I became really good friends, and she became my daughter, Kandy Muse.
Oh, yeah.
And the girls, listen, the tea is that the girls didn't really like that. They said it was gonna fuck with the brand, and it kind of, me having a daughter, kind of like, I was kind of walking out at shows, because the girls were happy with it, and I remember one day, the girls called me on a phone call. I pretty much had kicked me out of the house, and which I thought was interesting because I thought, was my career, if I die tomorrow, I at least would have something like left behind. Fucking my daughter's surroundings is fucking stunning and sickening. But the girls weren't down for that, and they had kicked me out the house. And I thought it was interesting because at this time Aja was traveling, so she wasn't really in New York City partaking in the shows that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I thought it was interesting because I'm like, okay, y'all can kick me out of the house, but we're still doing our weekly shows together.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be real awkward. But the way me and the girls are, we never, when we feel any situation, we nip it in the butt. So after that had happened, they kicked me out. I went to my show, Queen at Pieces on Mondays with Janelle, and I was like, oh, girl, so what's the tea? Because y'all bitches kicked me out, and and we kind of just, they kind of were just like, your career is flourishing on your own, and you're kind of doing your own thing, and doesn't really look like you need the house. I mean, the reality is,
which is nice, but
Wow.
still, that's like, it's
Yeah,
not. You
it's
don't
not-
say to someone,
yeah.
"You're doing great." Bye.
Yeah, don't pull the foundation out just because you don't like lean on it every moment doesn't mean it's not good to have.
Yeah.
and I will say like all the girls were like all against me, and I will say like at the time I was so in my head, and I was so like, I think everything was happening for me so fast. I was just like, I was getting this fucking big head,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like being a little bit bitchy to the girls. So I think the girls were like, bitch, you being a bitch, now you gotta go. So I think it was everyone had a little part in it. But like I said, we're sisters, and family fight all the time, and eventually they ended up asking me to come back to the house. But here's the thing: when you have a house of 5 girls,
Mm-hmm.
there are different personalities, there are different attitudes. Everyone's on a different career paths, and Dahlia was pretty much getting on Drag Race season 12. I was traveling all over the place, and I was kind of just focusing on my career, and also like while helping Janelle and being like almost like her drag mother essentially. And then Aja was focusing on her music career and kind of just like doing her own thing and traveling. I wasn't really involved with us. And as far as Momo, we just weren't on good terms anymore. And once I kind of let her go for my show, Queen for Queen, kind of that relationship kind of deteriorated. So I think at that point we're just like, okay, this House of Aja situation is not working, and the girls that are the closest right now are myself, Dahlia, and Janelle.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of just like we had a conversation with Aja. We were just like, hey, like the House of Aja is not a thing anymore. Like it's done, because at this point we're not doing anything as a whole, as a collective. So
Right.
we're going to be branded us 3, and and go about our business. And that's exactly what we did.
Well, that's like a pretty mature, conversation to have, to like look at the landscape of what's going on and be like, this is the adjustment we're going to make. That's amazing.
I was hoping there was going to be more fighting, screaming, maybe a knife.
Wait, what was going on? Were you involved with the pushing down the stairs? Isn't that something that happened in Brooklyn?
No, that's Ruby Fox. That's not me.
That was Ruby Fox. And someone else. And then remember, because I made all those jokes about it, and then I messaged the person and I said, is this funny? And they said, no, it's not.
It's not. I thought it was hilarious. I still make fun of Ruby Fox for every time. Every time I see her, I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna push on the flight of steps.
So let's talk about your music.
Oh yeah.
Because
recently there's been a new clip of you from what was it? It's Sasha Velour's Nightgowns, where you were singing live, which I didn't know that you could sing.
Okay, so that video is from 2017, and I think that at that time I wasn't screaming in microphones every single night. So I will say that since that video, my voice has been like shot, maybe. Ain't no more singing coming from me. I'm gonna let you know that right now. and so I get a vocal cold.
But there's some rapping.
There is some. I try to be a little rapper, a little rap star. No, I've always been like drawn to music, and I've always wanted to be like this like pop star. But like, I've just been living in my own fantasy, and I'm really into I'm really into ballads and shit like that. So when I did Sasha Rose Nightgown, I was like, I'm gonna give it to girls because the girls are like, this kid needs to come up here and sing a ballad. So I did that, and that was fun. But since then, I'm just kind of like feeling like my hood girl fantasy because I'm from the Bronx, so just writing raps here and there. Not that I'm the greatest rap star of them all, but baby girl, I could lay down a verse or two, and it's been dope because doing the song with Alaska.
Yes, we're talking about Sitting Alone in VIP.
Sitting Alone in the VIP, doing the song with Alaska was so dope. One, because I'm a huge fan of Alaska, and I remember going to Battle of the Seasons tour back when like season 6 was on, and waiting for Alaska to come outside to take a photo with her.
Oh wow!
So it's weird coming full circle now that like she reached out to me trying to do the Sitting Alone in the VIP song, and of course like I'm never gonna say no, especially because I've been such a huge fan of Alaska for years now, and she kind of gave me like free range of like what direction I wanted to go with the song.
Hey, just a quick reminder, Kandy's internet is bad and it's totally her fault, so just blame her for this bad audio.
Wait. Oh no.
Are you frozen?
I'm not frozen.
That was so funny. Not the like slow.
It went really slow.
She said free reign.
Hi.
Yes,
Hi.
Okay, you're back. You slowed down so.
It went so
I'm
slow,
back.
and I was like, "Wait, is she doing
Sorry,
a
I don't
bit,
know
or
what
is she
happened.
frozen?"
No, that's great. So what
No,
I want
I'm
to get to
joking.
is the heart. I want to get to the heart of the lyrics of Sitting Alone in the VIP, which is based on a tweet that only got popular because of Meatball. Do you agree with that or not? Because Meatball says she is responsible for making that tweet go viral. Thoughts?
So Sitting Alone in the VIP, essentially, if you listen to the lyrics, they're just a tweet. And it's funny because, let's get on to the tweet, because Sitting Alone in the VIP, having gone through it, I tweeted in 2017 or whenever the fuck it was.
Yeah, it was forever ago.
I actually was sitting alone in the VIP section by myself, and I remember I was there with the bottle, and I was like, I was sad because I was like, bitch, I'm literally sitting here by myself at a gig. Like, this is so boring and so whack. And then someone came up to me and asked me for a photo, and that was it. And I was like, okay, so I guess we're just sitting here. So when I tweeted that, I kind of wasn't thinking. I was like, okay, like, these are my feelings. This is happening. Send tweet. Done. And the shit is, when Leonard Queen and Meatball were playing and like throwing all over the place, and that's kind of really how I started like to get the ball rolling. I would never forget when Sharon Mule's boyfriend screenshotted the tweet and had tweeted he had tweeted like, how you sound like ungrateful, and just like drag me. And I remember I got so dragged on Twitter for that tweet. So it's interesting that everyone now loves Sitting Alone in the VIP because I remember.
Wait, people actually legitimately dragged you?
Oh, people dragged me. Like, we were like, nah.
We were making fun of it because it was like sad, but it's such a true fact that I don't think people know. Is like a lot of times you get booked for gigs alone, and then you're just sitting there alone, and like the club doesn't have anybody that comes and talks to you. It's just like the people, and if they don't know you that well, then you're just alone. I don't know. I kind of was like, it's funny. To me, it's funny because then I just start drinking.
Yeah, no. So I got dragged for that. I think most of it has to do with the fact that Ms. Needles, her boyfriend, was like dragging me online and then like saying like all these things, which is interesting because one, I don't even never met the man in my entire life. So I was like, okay, work. But that kind of just became like this huge fucking thing. And obviously, I gotta thank Meatball and Miss Layla McQueen for that, because in reality, like, how y'all bitches would have been fucking fun at it and, having a good time with it. it really would have never taken off. It was out of nowhere.
I'm just glad that you had a good sense of
Yeah, I
humor
love
about
that.
it. Some people will get like so annoyed, and you take a lot of heat anyway, and you always just turn it into a joke.
Oh yeah, no, people always try to poke, and I'm the kind of person where I really don't give a fuck. And the reality is, half of the time when people are coming for me, they're the ones in the wrong. I know that I don't really do anything malice, with malice intentions, and I'm always just down to have a good time and just like live my fantasy. So whatever.
Well, we love that fantasy over here. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we're obsessed with the Kandy Muse fantasy, honey.
So I want to. Meatball said this in the intro, but what is that video of you eating ass on Twitter?
Yes, Kandy. What is that video of you eating ass on Twitter?
Well, the thing with drag and me, as much as I love drag and stuff, I also love. There's a part of me that also loves, as you should, my boy self as Kevin, and I'm a very sexual person when it comes to yes, Kevin.
Okay, a sexual Kevin.
Yeah, I also love not in a I'm gonna be a porn star kind of way, but I love feeling sexy and I love taking care of myself. So when I recorded that video, I had no intentions of also there's 40 more of that video myself, but I hadn't posting it anywhere. And I think one night I was drunk and I tweeted it and I deleted it, and that was a month ago during the quarantine, and then a few days ago on Twitter, someone was like, "Don't think we forgot about that video of you eating ass." I was like, you know what? You did it. And here it is again.
Because the minute it goes on Twitter, it will forever exist.
The Brazilian teenagers will screenshot it forever.
And you know what it right? And you know what it is too? I like creating this fantasy with people where they'll be turned on by me, but it's a fantasy because 95% we're never going to hook up and we're never going to do anything together. So go on Twitter and look at a video of me eating ass and fantasize me eating ass. But the reality is, I'm never going to do that to you. So yeah.
Wow. And on that note, I think we're going to cut to a break.
Yeah, we'll be right back after Kandy doesn't eat your ass.
Hey, Forever Dog listeners, it's Jonathan Braylock,
Dra Milligan,
and James III
from Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood. This year, we have seen what staying silent can do. And right now, you have an unprecedented opportunity to speak up, cast your vote, and be heard.
It's never too early to register to vote, but it might be too late before you know it.
We want to help make it easy for you to register and have a plan for November 3rd or before if early voting is an option in your state so that your country can finally reflect your values.
Yes, go to foreverdogpodcast.com/vote to register. Check on your registration often. You should do it every day to make sure and learn how to fill out your ballot.
I don't know about every day, but listen.
Every day.
All right, still register.
Good. Am I good?
All right. Gotta make sure people care.
All right, each state is different, so make sure you're following local rules and regulations. And remember, your voice, your vote. That's foreverdogpodcast.com/vote.
Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Yeah, but y'all better vote.
All right, go vote.
Hello, Forever Dog listeners. This is Julie Klausner.
And I'm Tom Sharpling.
And we host a podcast called Double Threat on the Forever Dog Network that we are commanding you to subscribe to. Tom, what is Double Threat?
Well, thank you for asking, Julie. Double Threat's a show where you and I listen to clips of things that drive us up the wall, and we make fun of them, and we make each other laugh, and we have a great time doing it.
And we watch silly things and listen to silly clips like Alec Baldwin interviewing Woody Allen on his podcast, which was a nightmare from hell.
And did you know that disgraced pizza magnate Papa John is giving tours of his mansion over on TikTok? We do, because we watched it, and it was not good.
By the way, we should also mention that the AV Club named us one of the best podcasts of 2020 because they did, and it's true, and we are, baby.
And here on Double Threat, we got great guests. We had guests like Desus and Mero,
Bob the Drag Queen,
Patton Oswalt,
Io Adebri,
and that, my friends, is just the tip of the iceberg.
That
Double
is-
Threat comes out each and every Monday, and you can subscribe on the Forever Dog Network, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Do it. Subscribe. Goodbye.
And we're back. See, that wasn't wicked, but it was singing.
Yes.
Now we'll see if people hate my singing or if it's just wicked. Kandy, are you gonna start an OnlyFans?
No.
Okay,
No
this might be
OnlyFans,
this might be a controversial opinion, but I kind of feel like the OnlyFans market is getting pretty saturated. Like everyone thinks they can start an OnlyFans now. And listen, I know a lot of performers, like their income has changed in the gigs and whatever, so I get that, and shout out to you. But like, how sustainable is it if you only have 20 people subscribing? Is it really worth it to start a whole new channel to make
Well,
stuff?
what's
You know what
20
I mean?
times like what? 10 minus 30% of that? That's like an easy income.
Well, that's
Someone
not
do
an income, Diva. That's like $170
Hello, a month.
to like
well, no,
manage
here's
an
the thing.
entire new
I mean,
channel.
listen,
So that's
Never mind.
All right.
Well, I charge 100.
Right. I mean, listen, if you're going to do OnlyFans, live your best fantasy. However, I would not do OnlyFans because that's not the market that I'm trying to go on, and I don't,
What is your brand?
What is the Kandy Muse brand? Is it slutty?
But Kandy Muse brand is just being that motherfucking bitch, and unfortunately, me sucking dick on camera does not equate to that brand. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that video is not on my phone, but it's just not going to be posted onto an OnlyFans.
Got it.
Not for the world to see. And also, see, if I'm subscribing to your OnlyFans, there better be content of you with other people, and there better be at least 50 videos up there. I know that I cannot deliver that to the audience, so I'm not going to put the audience through that torture of having to wait for me to create content with people. If I'm lazy, so
Wait, okay,
Oh
so
my God.
So you said you're a very sexual person with your boy side. Do you ever like pull trade in drag or fuck in drag, or is that a really separate sort of thing? Because Kandy is that like wet
Kandy
hair
is a
sexual
sexy-
bitch.
Kandy showers with her
Kandy
wigs
is a
on.
sexy bitch.
Yeah, she showers with her wig on.
That is very true. No, the thing is, so I'll pull trade in. Well, no, I'll pull trade in drag. I won't ever have sex in drag because drag for me is a job. There are times where I do feel like a woman and I do feel fishy and I feel my fantasy. And I'm like out with a guy in drag. I'm not gonna say that I haven't given head to a guy in drag. But as far as like going on dates and having sex with guys in drag, no. But I like to feel the fantasy of a woman at the bar and like I'll like make out with you and like let you, yeah.
And Candace, what is your type? What kind of man are you looking for?
Yeah, who are you trying to fuck?
I always say that I don't have a type, but then I look at all my ex-boyfriends and they all look the same. So
And what do they look like?
I think, you know what it is? Coming from being born and raised in the Bronx, I've always been drawn to like guys that are from the, it's.
Oh my God, someone just walked into the room behind her and killed Kandy. I'm just kidding. It's just more bad audio. She's still alive.
And it's interesting because being thrown into the drag world, that's totally the opposite of what follows me.
Right.
So, so, I mean, if it has a pulse, I'm down for the get down.
Wow!
There it is. There it is.
And
I think you and I are very, very similar in that regard.
yeah, I'm just like, whatever. Like, if it's breathing and it's giving me attention, why not?
If
Wait.
it's breathing.
So you said that you're from the Bronx. So you're like New York born and raised.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in New York, yeah.
What did you do? Like, did you have a job before drag? Like, I'm just trying to imagine you like working customer service and it's not working for me.
Yes.
So wait, I actually had, so I used to work at Starbucks for 2 years. And and then all the gays have a job at Starbucks at some point in their life.
Yeah.
And then I became a waiter. and I was the worst waiter ever. I would like
Yeah.
walk away and forget to like. But it was terrible. I was the worst. It was so bad. Listen, I was there for 6 months, and it just went out.
And so wait, so you've been a full-time drag queen for like 7 years then?
I've been a full-time drag queen for 4 years. 4 or 5 years.
Wow. That's really impressive, Kandy.
That's very impressive.
Thank you. But you know what? It's also New York City. It's a very fast-paced place where you're able to do drag full-time. Because I have visited other states in the U.S. and a lot of girls don't do drag full-time because their city doesn't allow them to do drag full-time.
Yeah,
right. There's like a
one
couple
show
bars,
a night, yeah.
a couple gigs. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But in New York, you're able to do that. If you're good, you're able to do drag.
Wait, if you're good. Do you think Meatball could be a full-time drag queen in New York? Probably not, right?
Oh, I guess you could be a part-time drag queen in New York City.
I'm too lazy. I'd be like, wait, I have to get on a train across town to do another set? I'm fine.
Girl, that part, literally.
Wait, okay, so I grew up in the suburbs, shocking, and I remember watching that movie Kids when I was in high school. And I always because I grew up outside of Chicago, and I would always think that like the kids who were in Chicago like had so much more life experience, and the kids who grew up in New York had so much more life experience. Did you have like a wild high school time? Because I also, when I was like 16, I met some kids who lived in New York who talked about at 16 or 17 going out to bars, like girls, and like getting like, you know, financial district money guys to like buy them drinks with their fake ID. I'm like, you have braces. Like you look like a 17-year-old. How are you getting into a bar? Like, was New York like wild like that growing up?
So for me, it's a bit different than a lot of people in New York City because my upbringing was very, I grew up not legit on the streets, but I'm very hood smart, and, the people that I grew up around weren't necessarily the role models your mother would want you to be around growing up. So, I wasn't, growing up getting sugar daddies and going to a bar at 15. I was growing up around drug dealers and people that had guns and stuff. So, it's made me very hood smart and street smart, and with taking that and growing up, because in New York City you have to grow up very, very fast because maybe the city will fucking eat you alive. Because I didn't go to my first gay bar until I was at least like 20 years old, because I was just I was about that hood life. That's what I wanted to do. But then once I realized I can have an amazing career in drag. I think growing up in New York and growing up so fast, I think that, by the age of like 16, you fucking know it all at that point, growing up in New York. By the time I got in drag, I kind of just like, people were unable to bullshit me because I could smell bullshit. Yeah. I'm like, baby, you're not gonna bullshit.
Baby, what you're not gonna do is bullshit Miss Kandy Muse, Miss Mama, Miss Ma'am. Baby. Hello, baby. Now, I do know something about you because someone else that I know used to live in New York and would always see you at all of the Lady Gaga shows pre the fame. Like you were a little monster. You were that little faggot.
I am a little monster. Let me tell you, I think I've been to over like 50 Gaga concerts.
There's pictures of little baby Kandy Muse at all of these Gaga concerts, like right on the brink of her fame.
Yeah. Listen, that is Gaga is truly, it's weird because like I was actually so accessible now for the gays. But Gaga truly is, and it's weird to say that because a celebrity has molded you, but Gaga truly has like molded me to be the entertainer I am today. I listen to that bitch as far as like fashion and everything, bitch. Every single little concert, drug as fuck, making out with boys and living my best life.
So Lady Gaga turned you gay.
Absolutely.
She turned everyone gay.
Turned everyone gay.
Meatball sent me a tweet last night, a video tweet that I'm curious about if you know what this is. Can you see who this is?
It looks like Detox.
Meatball, will you want to explain what this is?
What we're seeing is a video. I saw it and someone said The Grinch Looking for Christmas. It's a male body with a huge implanted butt, or like, is that filler or is implants, Kandy?
Maybe that is silicone.
That's silicone, so that's the pump.
That is silicone, and those are two ham hogs stuffed in his fucking ass. Bitch.
It looks like two large potatoes on toothpicks walking around.
This person is an adult film performer who goes by the name Fat Booty Bottom, fat spelled with a PH, on Twitter. And it is such a wild, like, his videos are so wild. Look at that.
Baby,
oh my God. It's like he has like Kim Kardashian ass, but not the thighs.
And then like full beard, and he presents very like, he's like, hey, what's up, Baltimore? Who wants to get this ass tonight? Like, that is like what that tweet is about.
You went on a real deep dive.
I was fascinated because it's like, it's one of those things we talk about, you know, like gender expression and like being gender fluid. Like, to me, what's crazy, or not crazy, what's interesting about that is that feels like a very gender fluid identity, where he's like, I want to, like, I'm a dude, I want to fuck dudes, we're having gay sex, it's anal, but like, I'm really into this very overly feminized ass shape.
And he's got acrylics.
I didn't see, you saw acrylics? I saw the cheek implants. Because she's
we're not dragging this person.
She's building a fantasy, but it is a good dive to go deep
They're
into.
in the 3.6 percentile on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, that's their username on Twitter. Top 3.6 percentile on OnlyFans. That could be you, Candace.
No, everyone's
in the top.
Everyone wants to see that beer can dick, Kandy.
Someone's fucking lying here, because every fucking person on Twitter is a top percent on OnlyFans. Y'all all can't be the 1%. So who lying? Who lying?
Yes, everyone brags. They're like top 5% earner on OnlyFans. Girl, well, where are the other people?
Kandy, do you know that when you're doing stuff that it's absolutely hysterical, or are you just like living and then people catch you on camera?
Here's the thing. Someone told me something this past summer, someone that I really look up to, that I'm a very funny person and that I do things without realizing I'm doing them. And to me, I'm just being normal. To me,
right.
I'm just doing me. And I've always been like silly and just like wanting to have a good time. When people capture on camera, it's when I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm really that fucking ridiculous. But, you know, in the moment, I'm just like living my best life. However, I'm not going to lie and say that I don't know when the cameras are on, because maybe, well, you have to put on the camera, you put it on. But I'm just being me, you know?
Here, I'm going to give a list of my favorite Kandy Muse videos so that people can watch them on our Instagram.
Yes.
When you and Janelle number 5 do a wig reveal, and it's like a tiny little red wig, and it like, you pop it out. I love the, what the hell going on? When you turn around and yelled at people in front of, while Aja's performing. What's another good one?
Falling.
You falling on the roof. That was probably a recent one. Also, that night that we were in New York for New York Drag Con and you were performing and that guy was talking and you like did a forward roll to him and grabbed his head and said, shut the fuck up. And you can see your mouth say it to him. That was a good one.
Do you think you learned some like performance technique from Gaga, from going to all these Gaga concerts that you applied to your club shows?
I think at first I started to apply it to my club shows. I think now I just go on stage and I do what I gotta do. You know, I think the more you get into drag, the more years you're like, girl, let's go on this fucking stage and do what we gotta do. And
what's the song you really like to perform to, Kandy?
What do you mean? Icy. Everyone fucking knows what song Kandy likes to perform
Icy,
to.
like Kim Petras, hands down. I think that song is just like, it's so fucking good. It's like the song of our fucking generation. It's such a good song, and I don't know. The thing about me, I have a really hard time, and I don't think people know this. I have a really hard time learning lyrics. My memory isn't that good, so when I learn a song and you see me doing it a lot, it's not because I like the song. It's because it's the only song I fucking know right now. So there's that.
Wait, have you been doing any? Did you do any digital drag?
Yeah.
I did some digital drag at the beginning of quarantine. What was that, like March? And it was cute, it was fun. You know, the thing is, digital drag is so much work, and I'm a believer in you should be a kind of, you know, you should be given what you're worth. And,
right.
You know, digital drag, as much as, you know, the world needed it at that very moment, because they were, you know, something that happened. So you, bitch. I think a few months into it, the girls, you know, the audience was kind of just over, and the tips weren't there.
Candy's recording from inside someone else's ass as we speak. So that explains the audio. It's the microphone is, she's got to eat it out.
So
right, of course,
the money's not there anymore. We talk about it all the time. You can just say it. Yeah. It's not worth the effort of recording yourself, of editing a video, of doing all that, spending 3 or 4 days on something to get $5. It ain't there, honey, ma'am.
Girl, it's not. And you know, I more power to the girls that are doing their online shows. I live for it, work, diva, live your fantasy, mama, yes, me. But I'm not going to waste my entire life. Girl, when I used to do my videos, and it wasn't even an elaborate fucking video. It would take me hours to edit. It's just like I'm not getting enough back for what I'm putting into. So I kind of just stopped doing digital drag in a whole, because I can't be bothered. Not just the tea.
And that's the tea on that.
Have you ever seen Wicked?
I've never seen Wicked, but I do perform Defying Gravity at my shows.
Can you give me a ooh-ah? Yes!
Now that sounded like spot on.
That sounded just like it. Do it again.
Shut up, bitch.
Just one more time.
Just one more time. Just do it.
One more time.
She's living up to her namesake, Candace Musical.
Candace Musical, yeah.
Well, listen, Kandy, we want to thank you so much for being on the show with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So people can stream your song that you have with Alaska, Sitting Alone in VIP, and follow you on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter's got the good ass videos if you want to see that eating ass content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And any fun projects coming up soon for people to look forward to?
You know, there's so much coming up in the next few months. Just stay tuned. We're gonna go on a wild ride together, and it's gonna be fun.
We love staying tuned.
I love to stay. I tune in daily to the Kandy Muse show.
Special projects coming soon.
Secret project.
Secret project.
Well,
Thank
we
you
love
so much
you,
for
and
coming.
we're very excited for all your secret projects.
Thank you.
All right.
Well,
get out of here. Go eat a bagel or whatever you do in New York.
A bacon, egg, and cheese, bitch.
A bacon, egg, and cheese? Is that your order? Do you get it on a roll or on a bagel?
I get it on neither because I'm on keto right now.
Oh, she said just put it in my hand. I want the bacon, the egg, and the cheese.
How is that going? Are you going to be the thin one now?
Well, you know what? I cheated yesterday, so not good.
Wait, can you drink on keto? Are you allowed to have alcohol?
You can have vodka soda.
Vodka soda?
I like drinking Hennessy, so I don't know if those two really match up together.
So you are rich.
You've been rich.
All right. Bye, Kandy.
Okay. Bye, Kandy.
Did you see that meme, the I want to go to Spirit Halloween meme, and then Miss Toto did it?
I don't know what that meme is.
Here's the thing. I don't know what it is either, but I love it. I think it's just like a woman being a hot mama just saying she wants to go to Spirit Halloween, and he's like, yes, I do.
I wanna go to Spirit Halloween
tonight. All right, well, we both did that great. Will's going to have a great time editing that. Now, wasn't that a great show with Kandy Muse? Thanks so much for listening to Sloppy Seconds. What did I just say?
I'm Big Dipper.
You can follow us on Instagram at SloppyPod, and you can send us an email at sloppysecondspod@gmail.com, or call in with your fuck talk story to 213-536-9180. No riffs. You can follow Big Dipper at Big Dipper Jelly on Instagram and Twitter. And you can follow me on Instagram at Spiciest Meatball and Twitter, Fat Drag Meatball. Now, goodbye from the show.
Yeah, goodbye from the
forever,
show.
Dog. It's a Friday. Tuesdays and Fridays. Subscribe.
You're breaking your brain.
Doodle-a-doo-doo. Forever, dog. To listen to Sloppy Seconds ad-free, sign up for Forever Dog Plus at foreverdogpodcast.com/plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media.
Mom! Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball. Mixed and mastered by William Pitts.
Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey.
Our artwork is drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.